Welcome back to FIFA 19. The journey so far.
I heard this.
Despite Daddy and Cardiff City demolishing top side Bayern Munich in the Champions League,
This one sounds familiar.
his personal life was in turmoil, betrayed by a so-called friend and left alone in his messy, dark thoughts.
Again, just arrest the guy. Don't linger on this.
It does remind me a bit of Medieval. What was that track?
I can't remember.
Damn.
Oh.
It's a music track.
No shit.
It's music.
No, Dwibs. In here I thought it was a record player.
At least it's not a diss track. Okay, I know this one actually from the Monsters Inc. video game Scare Island.
Yep.
For those who are wondering, the difference between Monsters Inc. on the PS2 and Monsters Inc. Scare Island is that they're on different systems. Otherwise, they are the same.
PS2 version looks better.
And it looks better.
And it performs better too. I think it's 60 FPS, I think.
Wait, hold on. So the PS2 version performs better, or does Scare Island perform better?
No. They're the same thing, Jova. It's just that it performs better. I think it has a better frame rate.
I know. I was asking, wait, which one were you saying performs better?
The PS2 version.
Ah, yeah.
I thought both of versions were called Scare Island.
Nope, that's the thing. They were supposedly marketed as two different games. It turns out they were not. Yeah, I don't get it either, but no. One's just called Monsters Inc., the other's called Scare Island.
They're two entirely different games, aren't they?
No. They're literally just
They're the same thing. You go around as Mike and Sully, you scare robots while you're covering goop stuff, and then everyone... Oh, who's that game? What are we against?
It's back to the Premier League. We're away to Fulham, who, interestingly enough, at the time of the season this game was made, Fulham got relegated, but as at the time of this recording, Fulham are still in the Premier League.
Now, if I recall correctly, the reason for that Monsters Inc. thing was sort of a bit of a marketing scheme or something, a way to bolster sales or something for some reason. I think it had to do with Monsters Inc. Scare Island releasing around the tail end of the PlayStation's life cycle. So, of course, in a bout of desperation, they opted to make Monsters Inc. on the PS2 after a completely different game. Also, yes, Mega Man tracks.
Alan Smith alongside me, Martin Tyler, and a big welcome to you to this match.
Live from Craven Cottage.
The match today.
We managed to get an entire stadium inside a cottage. That's impressive.
I know, right? So one thing you can say about our stadium is that they never look the same.
True. 4 games to go. Can they go on and win those 4 games and be champions?
Well, that's the big question, isn't it?
Yeah, can we get the games the second Welsh champions
All the nerves getting
What does he bring to this team in this game, do you think?
Well, he's loving
To put them in front.
Goal!
Yay!
Lovely.
Is it ever in doubt? Look at Danny celebrating in front of the Fulham fans.
To be fair, that's something that Danny will really love to do.
Okay.
Goal from Danny Williams.
This has happened. I think I mentioned it before.
Really did put his boot through it to find the left
a
hand
few
side.
times. You know, players celebrating in front of the opposition.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
sometimes
that happens loads of times.
Yes.
Other times they're just dicks.
Sometimes you have good reason to. Like when, say, they've been giving them nothing, like the fans have been giving him nothing but stick the whole game for reasons like I think I mentioned before, Jamie Vardy. There's been a couple of times where fans were making fun of the feud between his wife and someone else's wife. So whenever Jamie Vardy scores, he throws it back at them, mocking them.
Sure.
And causing some of the more mature fans to yell expletives at him, give him the middle finger.
You sound
always the class.
Yellow from the ref.
Yeah, no, I mean, I don't think it helps expose those who have incredibly short tempers.
Did you see anything cynical in that, Alan?
Yeah, he saw the ball and he went for it.
But other times, yeah, sometimes the players just do it because they're dicks.
The defence, Danny Williams, with this through pass. They can't stop him. And there it is!
Goal
Yay.
from Junior Hoylett.
His first name is Junior, eh?
Well, that's put them.
Well, I mean,
further in front
there are
and
people
nicely
who have
taken.
those kinds.
Certainly was. And they seem to be heading for a comfortable lead here.
And here is
Yeah, well, I mean, it was against 2018-19 Fulham. It's actually teams. It's actually very realistic for a team to be that far ahead against Fulham.
It's fantastic, Alan, for Danny Williams.
Do you know what? From the very first minute, he looked at
Anything
threat
can
and
happen.
he's taken those goals so well.
Well, some players might switch off if they've scored a goal, even 2 goals in the game, but he's greedy for more in the best way.
Of course he is.
And he's got a hat-trick.
Yeah,
And there's a hat-trick.
In the best way, though. So yeah, I mean, if nothing else, if Danny solves those match balls, he could get out of debt.
I guess. Unless he wants to do more sponsorship for that fish and chips company.
Yeah.
Police investigation, anyone. Please.
Seriously, I mean, again,
You have a case.
I would not.
Don't worry, guys.
Oh.
Maybe that's the twist. That the only constables available were, you know, Inspector Chelmy. So it seems we were at the time maybe at Sammy's Stair. That's why we couldn't take the case.
Let's be honest, guys. I think Ringo gets a far worse punishment.
Really?
In your
What?
head canon.
Well, not in my head canon, but the way the game gives it, and the way I've interpreted it.
Well,
Basically, he gets completely ignored by everybody.
No, that's
I mean,
not.
I'm not sure. It's maybe I think he just
What we
wanted
call around
money.
here being sent to Coventry.
Okay. Here's the thing. He still gets away scot-free with the money, though. Like,
Yeah,
if
like
anything,
Dwibs,
him being ignored is him flying under the radar and getting away with it. Like
That's not even a slap on the wrist, honestly.
That's like punishing someone who stole a television with, you know, house arrest. It's kind of counterproductive.
yeah. It's like, hey,
And even better, you're under house arrest, but you get to watch TV on the TV.
Yeah, that's the joke.
hey
No,
guys,
it's like,
hey
yeah,
guys,
they
hey
just-
guys, hey guys. It's like giving someone house arrest during the pandemic.
Like, we forgot that punishment needs to be made to at least teach a lesson about the crime it's
Is
committed.
that the new punishment now, though? Instead of house arrest, it's go outside.
No, it's worse. It's house arrest with your mother-in-law.
Oh,
Oh no!
damn, Jesus! A shotgun might actually be more merciful at that point.
Yeah. Look, I scored against you, suckers.
Actually, the crowd seems
He just
happy.
jumps right out in front of them, the dick.
Well, they have scored yet again. They are a team to really admire the way they've gone about their business today.
family.
No slacking.
No,
Of
I didn't
course they
expect
are.
actually that this team would win quite so comfortably, but they've been top notch today. No, so often that would have found the back of the net. He got plenty.
They came here knowing they had to win. They have won.
I think they
To win
won.
away is always special.
What
3
did you?
excellent points. They're still in the title race.
Danny's luscious
Terrific from Danny
smile.
Williams. Like to watch him in action.
Well, I guess he takes something from his brother.
Shared by Alan Smith.
And,
And the crowd booing, always nice.
yeah, it's the home fan. I think the home fans are booing their team's pathetic performance.
And look at that, you managed to impress the boss and everything.
Yay.
Yep.
Though, unlike me, you did show some flaws and weaknesses, so there's always room for improvement.
Alright, so what's next?
We're gonna go over to Alex.
Alright.
Again, this is a part where there's no story here. It's just the football matches.
Sure.
Okay.
Shit happens.
But hey, we can get to see how we can take a guess on how many goals Alex scores, or the whole team.
Probably a lot. I don't know, I have that kind of good feeling about it.
You don't say.
Actually,
They are 8-0.
Actually, we're gonna touch base on how Alex feels, you know, not being allowed in that last game because of how they feel about him, or no?
Don't worry. Alex does come on, I believe, as a substitute in this game coming up.
Wait.
All right, Java was asking more like, do we will ever get to a sort of a follow-up on that? Like, he feels like Real Madrid has treated him like shit or something?
I don't remember. We'll have to wait and see. Anyway, let's go over from Daddy's takeaway littered flats. With no one to play his games
And
with
still with
it.
that Chinese food. Clean it up, young man.
Yeah, look at Alex.
That
His place is spotless.
that food is probably rotted and and is probably attracting rats at this point.
Don't open those boxes.
If it keeps going like that, it will be like that episode of Cowboy Bebop where they forgot they had a lobster in the freezer and it becomes this unspeakable monster that we have to duck over.
That was funny.
I know somebody who accidentally left a pasty in the boot of their car for like 3 weeks.
Oh, no.
That was not a pretty thing.
Yeah, there's our next game. We're against Juventus.
Oh, charming.
Okay.
Juventus, aka the team
From
that
Turin.
is, they're in Turin, or Torino, as
Yeah,
the Italians
Torino.
call it.
Oh.
And Juventus, I don't know if I mentioned it before, but since they're the opposition, Juventus are one of the big Italian sides, but they are also one of the most
Corrupted.
corrupt. Yeah, but put it this way, in 2006, they did really well in the league that season. However, because of the Italian football scandal that year, they were forcibly relegated to Serie B.
Yep.
So...
And that did nothing to stop them, because the moment they had an occasion, they kept rising again, and now we're back at square one.
So how corrupt...
What happened, in case you wonder what happened, Juventus did get forcibly relegated and a lot of their big players left, although a couple of them did stay on, and Juventus did get promoted back to Serie A.
So how corrupt are they? Like, are they openly corrupt and like it's kind of common knowledge at this point?
Yeah, it's kind of like that, Jova. It's a thing that in my country is mostly known. Again, it's mostly known, but no one has done anything because the corruption is like that deep.
I mean, I can say they're corrupt because in the mid-2000s it was proven that they were corrupt.
Yes, no, that's the thing, Dwibs. But despite the punishment and everything, it was nothing more than a slap on the wrist, like similar to what you mentioned before, sadly.
I mean, apparently the relegation was going to be even worse.
Yeah, but there.
Originally, they were going to be relegated all the way down to Serie. Back then, it was called Serie C1.
Serie C1. It's basically for a D tier kind of.
So what do they do? Like, do they fix games, pay off refs and whatnot?
Everything that you can imagine, Jova. This is so long that their repertoire encompasses pretty much everything that you can imagine.
Wow.
I mean, it's a good job. It's a good job Italy won the World Cup that year. Otherwise, it would have been extremely dark for Italian football.
It doesn't help with Jova that they were founded and are part of pretty popular Italian family, the Agnelli family. I think I talked about them in the past, but essentially people who essentially manipulated each other into being in high positional power of the industry in general.
Why am I not surprised that soccer is involved with basically organized crime?
Anyway, here we are. I found what Juventus were doing. Their general managers were apparently having conversations with several Italian football officials to influence appointments of referees in their games. And in one of them, Mr. Luciano Moggi, called accused two of the referees of being, quote, too objective and asked them to be punished.
Ha!
Not just that, that reminds you of
both the two referees who were accused, they were among the only referees who managed to emerge from the scandal with their credibility and dignity intact.
I guess
keep
maybe...
also in mind that that's the thing, Jova. Sorry. Those were the things that were actually documented, found in proof. There's like a shit ton of things that were not discovered, but it's pretty much known that we were capable of doing it.
Again, over a game of soccer, like...
You'll be surprised. Again, Jova, the problem with the sport industry like this is that it's become so big, so bloated as a result that everyone involved, from the players themselves to the higher-ups, get paid for hundreds of thousands of euros in our case, when they really would not need to be like that.
I swear, it sounds like soccer is going to become eventually a compilation of real-life Batman stories with how villanistic people can get.
Okay, I got it wrong. Juventus were always meant to be relegated to Serie B. I must have got it mixed up. Okay, what happened was there were 5 clubs implicated in it. AC Milan, Fiorentina, Juventus, Lazio, and Regina.
Regina, that's too easy.
Milan. Okay, what happened to Milan was they got originally they were supposed to get for the following season a 15-point deduction, but it was reduced to 8.
Yeah.
So they had to start the following season on -8 points.
Disadvantage.
They were also supposed to be docked 44 points for that season, as well as a further 15, and they were supposed to be taken out of the Champions League for the next season. But instead, they got docked 30 points for that season, and they had to play a game behind closed doors.
Which is basically getting away kind of scot-free, job when you get down to it.
I mean, oh no, a game behind closed doors. It's not like somebody could...
I'll tell more about it later. Continue, Dwibs.
Fiorentina, they were supposed to be relegated to Serie B. They weren't. They were supposed to be... Okay, this is actually something. They were originally docked 12 points for going if they went into Serie B. But it ended up the appeal result was a 19-point deduction in the next Serie A season, but that got reduced to 15. And interesting thing, they're in the other punishment category, they actually got a worse one. Originally, they was just supposed to be taken out of the Champions League, but that happened, and they played 2 games behind closed doors.
Lovely.
Juventus, as I mentioned, got relegated to Serie B, and they were supposed to have a 30-point deduction going into it, but they worked it down to 17 and eventually just 9. And they were originally given a €75,000 fine, but worse than that for them, they got stripped of the title from the 04-05 season, and they got downgraded to last place in the 05-06 season, with the title given to Inter Milan, and they got relegated to Serie B. Lazio were supposed to be relegated to Serie B, but they didn't, and they got a 3-point deduction in Serie A. But they got taken out of the UEFA Cup and played 2 games behind closed doors. Regina got a 11-point deduction, fined €100,000, and their club president was fined $30,000 and banned for 2.5 years.
So much trivia to be gotten from, well, what sparked off of one very corrupt team by the sounds of it.
Pretty much.
Oh yeah. I mean, if this kind of, I'll put it this way: if this kind of thing happened in Britain, the country would be broken in half.
And like I said, Jova, despite this, pretty much after a couple of years, everything was back to be hunky-dory for everyone.
You Pedro's
But like I
right.
said, the one of the reasons why AC Milan managed to get away with so much stuff is because their president is a person that I mentioned in the past, Silvio Berlusconi, the guy who has basically an entrepreneur, and he has been basically denounced multiple times to be essentially associated to the Italian mafia.
I mean, hell,
Wow.
in 2015, there was a club called Calcio Catania.
Calcio Catania.
Yeah, and basically it turned out they were playing in Serie B, and they fixed 5 matches so they could stay in it. They got punished by being relegated to the 3rd tier with the Lega Pro, with 12 points deducted and a €150,000 fine, while 2 other clubs, Savona and Torres, were relegated to Serie D. How do you say it? D?
Yeah, it's the lowest tier.
Yeah, and Teramo got stripped of the Lega Pro Championship and lost their promotion to Serie B.
Pedro was right during our United Passions movie. The problem with soccer in Europe is that it's treated way too much as a business, it sounds like.
Yeah. I
mean, there is a business side to it. The issue is...
That's the thing, Dwibs. I advocated for many years that there shouldn't be. But anyway...
That's what I was going to say. But anyway, we'll try to keep it light-hearted in the next round.
Yeah.
See ya.